What is normal about the Orange County market, you ask? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned to find out. This is Dean Odell with Seven Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group, and this is Tustin Talks. So thanks for tuning in. It is time to take a look at the Orange County market. These are the 5 charts we're going to be looking at today, starting with our first chart, Orange County new listing. So if we look at the years here, gosh, we've got 2015 all the way to 2023. You can look at the different colored lines and what is normal or abnormal about this, right? Well, obviously the green line pops out. Well, that was the year for COVID, right? So things dropped off and then they spiked back up. But look towards the end, towards the right. One thing we can notice is that listings start to drop off at the end of the year. You can see how they all go down, the new listings. From about October on, they start to dip, okay? So we are on that blue line. What was abnormal the last few weeks is you can see that blue line was not dropping like it had in other years. Now, if you look, we finally got the drop. So when I say what is normal about this market, seasonality. Here we go. We have got Orange County listing inventory finally starting to drop. In Orange County, we have 2,309 listings. 2 weeks ago, we were almost at 2,500. Last year, almost 3,300. And the 3-year average was more like 5,300. So you can see we are definitely still way below normal levels. So now let's look at the next chart. Orange County demand. What's normal about this chart? Well, demand's going down. It's the seasonality again. Today, we only have 1,173 homes in escrow in the last 30 days, or 2 weeks ago, it was higher. It was 1,223. Last year, 1,212, and 3-year average at 1,969. So let's get to the next chart. Orange County expected marketing time. As you can see, it's 59 days. It actually dropped from 2 weeks ago. Last year, we were up at 81 days, and the 3-year average, 85 days. So we still have a very quick moving market. Now, we want to look at this market and break it down by price range. So when we look at the current market time, it is a hot seller's market all the way up to $1.5 million, and it doesn't become a deep buyer's market till you're over $4 million. And you can see everything in between that $1.5 million to $4 million range. We have a slight seller's market and a balanced market. And what happens is the higher you go up in price, the slower the market is. You can see how this year's market time compares with last year's market time and see that we are actually faster in all price ranges except the over $6 million price range, which is now at 444 days to get a home sold. That's over a year. So that's getting up there. So go ahead and freeze this now if you want to take a closer look, and we are going to move to buyer and seller advice. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about a listing that we took this week because, we're all trying to figure out what's normal and what's abnormal about the market. And we look at these charts, but it's not the same thing as having boots on the ground and actually experiencing the reaction to a new listing being put on the market. So I'm going to give you an example because I think it's really hard for us to measure demand with the limited supply that we have. Now, I know things have gotten so much more expensive, not only price-wise, but mortgage-wise. And what I'm going to tell you now might be a little discouraging to you guys, buyers, but I just want you to kind of understand what's going on out there. So this week, we took a new listing and we put it on the market actually last week, right before Thanksgiving. And we said, hey, you know what? We're not going to be able to show this property unless, there's special circumstances. Maybe somebody's traveling in town. They're going to be gone after Thanksgiving. We'll allow those kind of showings. But the reality is we're going to start showings Wednesday. And then we will start taking offers after the weekend because we have 2 open houses to hold, and we're going to start looking at offers on Tuesday. So now this particular house was a really nice house. And when I looked at it, I thought, you know what? All the comps are at like 1.3 million, but I think this house is probably going to go in the 1.4s. So my seller and I spoke about, what would be the best strategy on this, because we didn't want to really test an appraiser on this, but we figured if we can get enough offers in, then we'll be able to at least decipher through these multiple offers who the best buyer is going to be for this property, right? So I went ahead, I put this property on the market, and I can say that as of right now, showings start tomorrow, there are 41 appointments. Now, 2 of the buyers that snuck in there this weekend, 2 of them wrote offers, at ask and above asking price, which is great, but we're not responding till offers December 5th because we're still trying to measure what market value is of this property, and the market hasn't seen it yet. But what I'm trying to say is that there's 41 people that want to see it, and we have still 2 open houses. So yes, we already have 2 offers. My guess would be normally we probably get about 10% of the people that see our houses making offers. So I'm going to guess right now that we're going to have at least 6 offers on this property. So I'll have to report back to you how that property did. But what I'm explaining, or trying to explain, is because of the limited amount of inventory. And here it is, what, almost December, and we've got this kind of activity on a listing. It's pretty amazing. So there's still a lot of demand out there, sellers. If you want to get your home on the market, this is what you can expect with a well-priced home, and we'll let the market decide what it's worth, right? So give me a call if you want to have that kind of experience, and we can set that kind of marketing program up for you. Or we have a bunch of different ways we can do things. So we can talk about what's best for you. Buyers, again, I guess you understand that you do have competition still. And I think probably your best angle to getting a property is to really pay attention to the ones that have been on the market and are overpriced and they have to come down, because those agents are having conversations, trust me, with their sellers about price reductions. And so the best strategy I can tell you as a buyer is to get your offer in there before the seller reduces the price, because he already knows he has to reduce the price. He hasn't got offers for 45, 60 days, whatever it's been. Again, price range dependent. So look at that expected marketing time. I'll give you an example. We have a house that's $7.7 million. And I've got people asking me why it hasn't sold, and it's only been on the market less than 6 months. So it's like, well, wait a minute. I'm not even halfway through the average marketing time for something in this price range, right? So, just understand what price range you're in, what the market activity is, what the expected marketing time is. So if we can help you with that, we'd love to help you with that, steer you in the right direction. And as I always say, buyers, do not have FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. Be patient. The market will not stay like this forever. Okay. And the higher your price range, probably the better off you are. So in terms of competition. Anyway, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and we will be back in 2 weeks for another Tustin Talks. Thanks.